As we near the end of the legislature, all eyes this past week have been on the budget. House Bill 2 is in front of the Senate Monday and Tuesday. It was debated, about 140 amendments offered. I think there was 14 that were accepted. A lot of no buttons pushed on the amendments. A lot of those amendments were to try and put money back into the budget. The Republican Party resisted most of those amendments. There was some that made changes. There was House Bill 610 was defeated in the House, and so they had to make up some money in that. That House Bill 610 would have raised the per capita by the maximum $400,000 a year. It would have raised money on forest land, taxes on forest land. It would have raised a rural water fee, a number of things. It would have raised those fees in order to backfill some changes that were made in the budget. That was defeated, so there was some shuffling at the last minute. That money was put back in. We're still not sure at this time where that money's coming from to backfill those things, but that will be worked out, I'm sure, as we move forward. There's a committee from the House that's probably meeting as we speak with the Democrats to talk about some resolution to the budget thing. The big question right now is the education, what's going to happen there. As you probably are aware, Senate Bill 403, which would have taken money from the eastern counties, the oil and gas money and coal money from eastern counties, shifted it to education in the western counties, was defeated. That's causing some consternation on how they're going to fund education. We understand that Senator Zinke has a bill that may be a vehicle to address that. Also understand there may be something coming out of the House, a House education plan that will be forthcoming, so we'll see what happens there. Department of Livestock budget, always been a big question during this session. During the subcommittee on finance and claims, they made them a one-time only. They're going to have to come back in the next biennium unless that's changed with a zero-based budget and justify their budget from the ground up. We have some concerns about that. We've talked to legislators about that. Obviously, they haven't changed that in House Bill 2. There's still an opportunity to do that in the conference committee, which should be appointed within the next week. What will happen with House Bill 2 is it will be sent back to the House. Of course, the House will reject the amendments that were made by the Senate. It will go to a free conference committee. Negotiations have already started with the Democrats. They'll start in earnest with the governor's office and try and come up with a budget. The goal is to try and get out of town at least 10 days early, so they're looking at finishing up somewhere around the 80th day. So those resolutions will have to come forward rather quickly. As we move forward, we'll keep you posted on what happens. We're trying to keep a handle on what happens with the Ag Experiment Stations, Extension Service, Department of Livestock, Department of Ag budgets. Most of the other general bills will be wrapped up by the end of this week. They have to be transmitted back and forth between the houses. Amendments can't be changed. There can't be any changes, any amendments to bills after Monday. So we're almost at the end of this deal. Right now, the big issue is funding, and we'll keep you posted on what happens as we move ahead with the Legislative Minute.